What is up, Gateway Dudes? It is KJ, and we are moving on to Assembly 3. What we are going to be doing is putting Pac-Man on a pedestal, as you should do, just in general. It's a good concept in life. So, what do we notice here? Well, we notice Pac-Man, and we notice a pedestal. How do we get Pac-Man on the pedestal? Well, let me show you. Go to File, New, and Assembly IAM. We have a new assembly here. We're going to place that prism. There he is. We're going to say, okay, right click and ground him at origin. Alright, so first part of it's done. Now we have a pillar. Now we just need Pac-Man. We're going to click place, find Pac-Man himself. And oh no, Pac-Man's the wrong direction for this. What are we going to do? We're going to orient him differently. So if you right click, you'll notice these three options, rotate X, Y, and Z 90 degrees. So that'll allow us to move Pac-Man, or rotate him 90 degrees, so that's easier for us to put him on the pedestal, because we don't want him standing up. That's not very cool. Bam. Alright, and now he's flat. We're going to, we're going to left click and place him, and we're going to say OK. So now we have Pac-Man, who is now going to go on the pedestal. Well, how are we going to do that? With some cool constraints. Click constraint, and we are going to use a mate constraint to place Pac-Man on top of the pedestal. Mate. Right click and hit apply. And then now we're going to use a pretty cool concept that I don't think Mr. Otto is going to teach you, and that is using the origin of each part to make them centered. So Pac-Man's on the pedestal right now, but he's not exactly centered, and I can move him around. I can't move this guy because he's grounded at the origin. So the way I'm going to get him centered here is I'm going to use the origin. So if I go down to Prism and Pac-Man and expand them by clicking the little plus, I will see origin. If I click the plus again, I'll be able to expand these guys. So I want to see the YZ plane here. Turn on visibility. You right click YZ plane, go to visibility. Then I want you to go to the XY plane, right click it, turn on visibility. So now we see these two planes that are from the prism or pillar. So next I want you to go to Pac-Man, expand him, or whatever it's named, origin, expand it, and the YZ and XZ planes should be what we're making visible. So I'll go ahead and do that. So now with those planes, those planes visible, I'm going to go ahead and constrain them to each other. So I'm going to use a mate constraint to put this plane here. So plane, make sure you are clicking on the plane. If you click on the part, it will not work. So that little arrow is pointing here. Oh, but he's pointing there. So actually, we need to use the flush constraint. So they're pointing in the same direction. Click flush, we have the first one. There's the second one. Click apply. Now we have the second set to do. So I'm going to click here. That arrow is facing this direction. Let's see which arrow. Oh, faces the same direction. So we're going to use the mate constraint again. I'm at the flush constraint. Click here. Apply. Click X, and then I'm going to right click and see if I can do this correctly. I cannot, unfortunately. We're going to go to the browser, and we're going to take off the visibility of these planes so that the part looks prettier. Again, right clicking and just clicking visibility, or you can click on it and press Alt V. Same thing, just one's quicker than the other. So now you have Pac-Man on a pedestal, as we all want in our homes. So file, save as, probably Pac-Man on a pedestal or Assembly 3, take a screenshot, put it on your presentation.